So, as promised, I have somebody really, really, really special with me right now. I can't wait to tell you guys how this connection happened. I can't wait for you guys to hear all about her story, what she is, what she does. Can't wait to tell you guys all about her and how I spoke her into existence. This is Dissinotra. Please introduce yourself. What do you do? I mean, I know, but I want them to know you so bad.
Okay, let me try to put this in one sentence. By the way, I spoke you into existence as well, so it goes both ways. This is a win-win situation. So, who am I? So, I am a singer, vocal coach, and voice teacher. I am a beat maker, also binaural beats. Yeah, a little bit of a wannabe beatboxer, maybe. I am a dancer as well. I used to be a break dancer. Now it's just animation. It's a little bit at the end. I do all sorts of things that you don't know even. I used to be a hairdresser for 5 years. That was my first job.
Oh,
I actually cut and braid hair too.
I need some help.
No, I would totally do it, but it's too far away. So I cut hair too on the side. But I also have a t-shirt little business, not like you do, obviously. I don't make anything by myself. I have a print-on-demand thing, which now you're the one for me. So I started this beat maker, music lover, and at the end also universe lover apparel, hats, and then hoodies and shirts and stuff.
Which I've ordered, and I love them. But
You did, yes. You were one of my first ones. I was so happy, like my heart was like so warm. You said, "I'm gonna get something." I said, "Really? Are you serious?" Yeah.
so when I say, I'm gonna go back to when I say I spoke you into existence. Okay, so what happened with me is I was at this dead end job for so long. Now I've spent my entire life in the music industry, and I still kind of, I mean, I'm still producing and stuff like that, but obviously the t-shirt thing has taken over. And so I'm a really, really huge reasons head, right? And so I've had a reasons from the very beginning. When people thought I was crazy, the program was stupid, I was like, no, this is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I started to, I purchased a home. I said, I can finally build my studio in my home, get away from having an office space. And so, I just started to kind of, build my studio, as I was saying, and then add, new software. So I upgraded to I think it was Reason 8 or something, then Reason 9. And I was like, I just I'm unmotivated right now. I need to find something like to motivate me, about this reasons thing, and just like the producer, community in general. Now, I might get some hate for this, right? But I have found, that it's easier for me to connect, well, obviously with like-minded people, but it's different connecting with female producers than it is with male producers, because there's this bit of ego that goes along with the guy thing, right? And so, yeah. And so I was just kind of, hopping around IG and then, and for some reason I was like, man, just let me find somebody like that, is willing to, yeah. And then you popped up. Jelly. She's a really big reason. She's dope too.
So dope. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah. Her and I connected. We've been cool, but obviously you and I have built an entire, friendship. We've become so tight. Like we call each other twins, right?
Real. Yeah.
But you popped up. I was like, hold on. So I started to watch all these videos and things you were doing. And I was like, hold up. Like, I feel like I'm looking at myself. That was the trippy part. I was
And
like,
I didn't even know at that time.
yeah.
I didn't know, right? I was just, oh yeah, normal person.
Yeah. I was like, she's super silly. She's hella dorky like me. She sings, she's producing, and I'm like, hold on. So I was like, you know what? Like, whatever, God, like, I need to connect with her.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know, the very next day was when we connected on, I think it was Instagram. I sent you something and I was like, look, I was like, I want to be an entrepreneur. How is this? And you were the first person and you hit me back like immediately, and you gave me this big old thing. I was like, hold up, like she really got back to me, like
Yeah,
she
of course.
might be the key. She might be the key to me making something happen because I got bored with music. I've been doing it so long,
Mhm.
and having that conversation at first, a conversation with you where you were like, this is possible. You can become an entrepreneur. There is no maybes. There is like you will do this. And I
Mhm.
was still at that dead end job too.
Remember that, yeah. Mhm. And
And
I felt it too. I was also like, "What is this feeling?" And then I had this urge. I was like, I gotta tell him this. I gotta tell him it's in the mind. You can do it, right?" I was like, "You
yeah,
can do it."
yes.
Like,
And I
believe it.
did.
Yeah.
And I
Hmm.
did. I was like, then I woke up that next day. I was like, excuse my language, but I was like, F this shit. I'm gonna quit my job in a year. She
Yes.
said, she said I could be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna be a damn entrepreneur in a year. I'm gonna work for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And and I did, and it came to and this was, I mean, it was still like two because we this is about 3 years or something now, right? And so
Wow. Yeah.
it's been some time, right? Maybe longer. So I I walked outside of my job that same day, and the videos on my Instagram somewhere where I'm sitting under a tree, and I said, you know what? I'm giving myself exactly a year from now. A year from now, I will no longer be working at this job. I'll be working for myself as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm. I
Excuse
remember
me.
that
That
too.
was root beer.
Oh.
Yeah, that was root beer for dinner. And I said, in a year from now, and I was still there, and we just kept communicating, and you just kept feeding me all this like positive stuff and entrepreneur this and just life in general. I was like, oh shit, she's like really pumping me up. Like I can't let her down now because if I don't quit in a year after everything she's given me, and so that year came up actually before that year, and I was like, I'm done. And I walked out of my job. I'm like, today's my last day. But oddly enough, another company called me right away, gave me an awesome position. So I said, well, okay, I guess I can, it's really great money. Let me go back to this job. Oh, not to this job, but let me go to this new job. And I did that. And then COVID hit. So COVID forced me right back into,
Mm-hmm.
right. So I still became the entrepreneur that you told me I was going to become. And in a year, I've scaled this t-shirt business to like, I mean, beyond my expectations, and we still feed each other
Yeah.
every single other day. I'm just like, I just love you. I
For
just
real.
love you today. Thank you. You're like, oh, you're twin. You know what I mean? And
That's what I called in the other video that feedback loop of giving,
yeah,
feedback loop of love. It's like you give, the other person gives back, and then it's like, "Zzz," and it's so good. It's so energizing, right? How
right,
good it is to give, how energizing it is, and then when you receive, how energizing it is. It's
right,
so much life force. I'm convinced that it's like stress that sucks the life out of you. These things,
right,
more days of life and hours.
right.
Yeah.
Now, the whole circle you're talking about, I know people that's going to go over somebody's head. You
Mm-hmm.
did an amazing video on it, so I don't want to speak to it because I want you to explain it. But please explain that because I did get a lot of people after that. They were like, I'm following her. I'm following her. She's so dope. She's so beautiful.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, life
that's
work. And they really liked that I reposted that. But explain that to these folks.
okay. Yeah, that goes deep. So, first of all, I always say giving, right?
Right.
Actually, in the end, a very selfish thing to do. Because then
Hmm.
I always say, if the news haven't reached you yet, giving is where it's at because it's what makes one so happy, right? So
Right.
this is the first thing that I always explain if you want to talk about this feedback loop, right? So giving is the most egotistical thing you can do for yourself because
Right.
it's like a self-serving thing as well. And
Right.
then you make other people happy and you get happy. So
Right.
that's already a feedback loop in itself, right?
Right.
It's like
Right.
if they're like happy, you see the smile, you're like, oh my gosh. And then every time you see them, it's like, ah, right? Like this.
Right.
And then when people give it back, right, that strongly, like you do, or it doesn't have to be out of the same person. This is the
Right.
great thing about the universe. It's really abundant in that way, for real. You give to some. I have, like, for example, several homeless people that I sponsor. I would say,
Right.
always bring money and stuff, and I don't care how dirty they are. I hug them and everything. Right. This is, I don't
Right. 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 I'm like that too.
so happy. Yeah, it makes me so happy.
Right.
Sometimes I want to like film it, but I don't want to make it like a show off
Right.
type of thing. So I'm not filming it. But it doesn't matter. They can't give me anything back. But then it comes from somewhere else, right? So this is the beautiful
Right.
thing about the universe. But seeing him smile, seeing him like being so happy, like serenading me these cute little rhymes that he makes because he's Asian, right? So he comes up with cute little things that don't make any sense in English, but he's like, you can see in his eyes, it's really poetic what he's trying to say.
Right. Right.
I'm like, thank you. And he's like, thank you. He's so cute, right? So
And
that already in itself, right?
you start breakdancing and doing all the other stuff for him.
Yeah. Doesn't even know anything of that, no. So anyway, and then when there's people like you, and this is what people don't understand sometimes, right? Yeah. Right? It's like the reality is the more small you feel, the more tougher you have to sell yourself.
Wow.
That's the
Wait,
reality.
wait, wait.
I'm
That's gonna go over their head again.
Yeah, I'm explaining
Say
it.
that. Say that one more time. The what?
Yeah. The, the cooler you try to be
Right.
shows how much weakness is inside of you. The weaker you are, the more you have to compensate with trying to look tough. And
Oh.
it's a very normal thing, right? Because if you're really scared, what you're gonna do like this,
Right.
yo, right? So because you're really scared. Because if you're not scared, if you relax, you're like this, yo.
That's
You
me.
know what I'm saying? So all this fear and tough behavior, right? We think that's where it's at. And even
Right.
in the music from today, we think like, my is the biggest. Yo, look at mine.
Right.
I get blown every day. Whoa, blah, blah, blah. My ass is the biggest, right?
All
It's
right.
so sad because this feedback loop where you're not afraid to share the love, where you're not being all stingy or greedy with I love yous.
Right. Right.
Stingy is the word, right? Where you don't want to give.
Yeah. Stingy, selfish.
Yeah, why would you be stingy about stuff like that? The more,
Yeah.
guys, let me tell you a secret. You know why in almost every restaurant I get free food?
Oh.
People love me when I come. They're like, whoa! You know why? It's not because I smile, I'm happy only. I really appreciate them. I give good tips. They
Right.
do so much work. I'm so thankful. I'm very respectful. I'm not trying to be, no, I got the chair, I got the this, all this entitled behavior. I'm very respectful and extremely humble. And guess
Right.
what happens? I get treated the way that people that act all like
Right.
want to be treated, right?
Right.
And then I bring my friends, right? I bring everybody over. They
Right.
love me to death. I love them to death. It's a cycle again, right?
Right.
When you have these things in life, doesn't matter where you go to the shop around the corner. Whoa!
Right.
You get
Right.
everybody gets fed this life force, right?
Right.
You come to the person on Instagram, right? There's just this little love that you give to people. I honestly
Right.
try to answer everybody. I
Right.
just lately I stopped following everybody back because I just couldn't keep up no more. I was overwhelmed.
Right.
But I literally, and I know myself, I'm probably going to do it again. I'll go through everybody and dang, I'm not following and try to like everybody's stuff, follow back,
Right.
try to answer, and so on and so forth. And it's just, again, very selfish at the end too, because it's you. But this is how stuff like expands and grows.
Right.
This is how it grows because all this stuff, you know what you do? You cut off all your or opportunities, experiences.
Right. Yes.
And the joke is the awakening is so far already that everybody knows you're actually suffering
Right.
that tough behavior.
Yeah.
That
It's
music cannot impress me at all. The boys that come to me like this, yeah, I'm just like, I really feel sorry for them, on like really compassionately sorry, not like
right.
feel sorry that you guys feel sorry in this like cocky way.
Right.
I really feel bad. I'm like, dang,
Right.
you really believe that this is how love is, or you really believe that you got to act like this so I respect you, or
Right.
and then I feel so sad because they'll never get like a woman that like really loves them in that sense, you know.
Right.
Or if
Yeah.
anything, then they probably hurt her really bad, and that comes back to them again, because karma is a real thing, man.
Oh, karma's a bitch.
Yeah.
But so going into what you were just saying, it's funny that I was saying that, Luke. You know, I mean, I guess it goes back to the golden rule that you learn like in kindergarten, like you treat others the way that you
Yeah.
don't want to be treated, right? But
True.
it's really weird because being in the music industry my entire life, it's always that competition, and like you have people that support you, you have your group of haters, and this is with anything because I'm noticing that it exists in the t-shirt world too. Not as bad, but it's really weird that people can't understand, and it's funny because it can be YouTube University is like life. And so I'm always on there learning from people and whatever else. And now I've connected with some of the people that I was watching last year in the t-shirt world.
Yeah.
And they're hitting me and they're like, dude, like, how did you do that? How are you an affiliate to them? Like, wait, how did you get an interview? And they can't understand that they're just now seeing me, and it's been it'll be a year, at the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
March 29th. March 29th was the day that, yeah, a whole year. And they're like, wait, like I keep seeing you everywhere now. Every time I pop a hashtag up that has to do with an eye color or whatever else, you keep popping up your silly videos. And and they want to know these secrets. And what am I doing? And I'm like, I don't have any secrets. I call it, as a man of faith, I say it's called favor. I just have favor over my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to be cocky, it's no arrogance. I just know that I'm loved, like the universe loves me, God loves me. And because of that, all these blessings just keep happening for me. Even when I feel like, man, can I continue? Like, is this really meant for me? Something new hits me to remind me, like, no, dude, like you're on the right path. And that's been the secret to my success, is the fact that I'm not afraid to love on people. Even if I don't know you, I'm not afraid to say, man, I love you, man. Like, you look amazing, dude. And look, I think I'm a pretty tough dude. I'm a teddy bear. But if I have to, I can bang him out with the best of them. But
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't
I
do
can
so.
already tell because you don't have to show that.
Right. But I
That's
would rather
already, I'm
love,
like, okay, he's probably really tough when it comes down
yeah.
to this,
But
right?
I would rather love people. And so that's why I've been so fortunate. I don't have beef with people. I don't have people that walk up and say, let me see how far. I don't have that.
Yeah.
Right. Because I don't carry that energy. And so that's been the secret to my success. Anything I've ever done is that, whether it was music, whether it was acting, the t-shirt business now, is the fact that when I go to sleep at night and when I wake up in the morning, I'm the same person. I'm authentic.
Mhm.
I'm real. I have nothing to hide. What you see is what you get, and I have a love for life because, and we can get into it later on, I have a heart problem, right? And having that heart problem, I lost out on opportunities. I made some stupid choices as a teen that caused me this. And so I have this love for life because, not to say that my life is shorter than anybody else's,
Mhm.
but I have a condition, and so that makes me say I need to value life as much as I possibly can. Although I still go through my depression and anxieties, which we're going to touch on, because what you said to me the other day, that floored the hell out of me.
Mhm.
I immediately, I kid you not, I took that pill bottle. I was like, nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, CBD life. No.
No, 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 no. Mind
But
over matter life.
right. I was like,
Mhm.
and it takes that. Like, people, to me, like, people can also be better than medication,
Mhm.
and and we connect with people in different areas of our life, different walks, that help us, in certain ways. And you have become that certain medicine, like the stress pills or whatever. What
Mhm.
you said to me was like, man,
Just a bit.
that did so much. So speaking about that, knowing that I've been suffering with this depression, this anxiety, I started this series with my very close friend. His name is Stress, and it's called I'm Fine. That's what we keep uploading because he struggles through the same stuff. I wish I need to have you guys talk at some point. He'll hear it here,
Mhm.
but my God, like your two brains together. I don't know. I would probably need some pills because I'll be, oh my God, I'm so stressed because it's so good, you know. But I want to add this to that series too, because what you said to me, that was powerful. So the depression and anxiety I'm suffering obviously is a form of PTSD, which is what this doctor is telling me, right? So from my past, my childhood and things that I've suffered through and, stuff like that. How have you been able to deal with that? Or just the conversation, if you remember what you told me,
I
please,
definitely remember because I
please
suffered
tell
very
these
bad.
folks that.
Yeah. But one more thing real quick, I want to add to the success thing, right? The success. Another secret to success here. Because you have to imagine, right? Everything, everything is made out of the same material, right? Everything. And as you can see, there's this, it doesn't matter what you call it, God, universe, or consciousness. Or maybe consciousness, there's this one consciousness that expresses itself in life like crazy, right? I mean, we can't deny that, and it wants to live. So this consciousness is obviously intelligent, right? I mean, you
Right,
must be blind to think it's not intelligent by this miracle of life, how it works and how many little animals and bugs and everything exist, how much life, plants and everything. So, but this energy is expressing itself through us,
right.
right? But imagine how much of a orgasm that must be, or if I don't know if that's the right word,
I
climax
mean,
or whatever that is. You are
right,
already, if you're in a consciousness and you like create something and that can create for itself. So you have an extension of creation like this. That must be crazy climax right there.
right.
That's why there's free will, in my opinion.
Mm,
But when you channel the source, I'm calling it source right now, okay? That's
right,
energy what we're talking about. Sorry for the lack of better words. But when you channel that, meaning when you use your free will to be open for the to be a channel, then the success comes in.
mm,
I want to tell you a secret real quick, okay? Oh, not many students of mine see that, but I tell you something. Along the way, right? I'm teaching singing since 20 years.
right,
There's been moments where people asked me something and I didn't have the answer. But because I'm an open channel, it came to me that moment. I had a download, and my
right,
concepts of teaching and modalities have been channeled in the moment somebody asked me because I'm living the purpose, maybe if you want to call it this way,
right.
right? So I'm channeling. That's why the music comes out. So if I use my free will to not block everything with fear or the tough what we talked about earlier or whatever, then the success can't come in because we have a free will and we can create our reality. So when you put in fear, everything you're afraid of is going to obviously come in.
Right,
But you're like, yeah, 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 yeah. And what can I do? What can I do? And the source
right,
is like, there's an open channel, right? So it's gonna
right.
just happen and work and work and work and work. It just falls in your lap. People are like, why are you so lucky? It's guys, look at me. It's not luck. It's not luck. Really. Okay, now to the depression thing. Sorry,
Yes.
say this real quick. All right, about the depression. First of all, I want to really say I'm going to put in some heavy stuff real quick just so that people believe that I really went through depression. Okay.
Right,
Because otherwise, people like when they see you smile, right? They're like, but you're always happy. You don't understand. But my problem is bad. But my problem is bad. Okay. Let me just a couple things real quick. So my mom passed away 2 days before my 25th birthday out of nowhere. Okay.
mm,
That was pretty heavy. Um, I still didn't decide this to let this be a depression of mine. Not really. Um, I now am even thankful that it happened because just like with your heart thing, that's one of the things that let me understand even more
right,
how valuable everything is. I'm very thankful for this, and she was very stressed, so I'm happy she's in a better place, right?
right,
But anyway, as you see, again, what did I put my mind to? Not to,
right,
oh, I lost my mom. But I chose it with free will because the mind wants to go there. It wants to be, but I lost my mom. And then you see all the people with their moms and on Mother's Day and whatnot, right?
right,
You can still choose, right? It makes you sad sometimes. But you got to also differentiate with the pain because loss, grief, in the future, we will have hospitals that go on the anatomy of energy because
Hmm.
you have to let these wounds heal. If you fall and you break a leg, right, you're not going to be like, but the next day I gotta like walk again because I'm so positive. No, you're just gonna freaking let it heal. And every heartache, have to let it heal like a wound. So that's one thing. That you don't have to get depressed for that reason,
Right.
but you have to let it heal though. You can't suppress it because otherwise you get sick. But anyway, so this stuff happened. You know a little bit into my situation with
Right. Right.
visa and here, like the stuff I've been going through for many years. I couldn't just work the way I wanted. Can't leave the country. I haven't seen my family in 10 years. Been threatened by ex-boyfriends, have had very bad roommates, but just to put now the negative stuff on the table. Enough reasons to be really depressed. Enough. Last year, the COVID hit me because I made so many mistakes with my stomach. I was sick for 3 months. 3 months. I've never been so sick in my life. Couldn't.
Right.
Afterwards, I wanted to do some like moves. I was like this. I couldn't even hold myself up on thing. I had to from all the beginning, every day yoga and stuff to come back. Couldn't eat. I was like this. Right.
Yeah.
This was the one of the worst depressions that I experienced after that. But and this is what I told you the other day. Here
Mhm.
comes the facts and the scientific stuff. Okay, you can look it up yourself. Why did I not take this depression so serious, and why did I immediately know that I can't? Because I know one fact about the brain. The synapses are like muscles. You can train any muscle that you train, right? You can make it big if you want to. And that's exactly with the thought patterns with the synapses as well. A depression is most of the time, okay, there's some conditions where you can't control it. I can't talk
Right.
about this. I'm not a neuroscientist, but most depressions are a repetitive thought pattern where the muscle gets so strong. And the thought impulses will obviously take the bigger cables to get to the goal is easier. So the
Mhm.
thought impulses will always choose this one first. Plus, you guys have to know depression, negative thoughts, anger, fear is 10 times more addictive than heroin. It's addictive. That's why it's a pattern.
Mhm.
So when you know that, then you don't take it serious because like, oh, I just practiced that synapse that is so strong. So when I was 3 months in fear with the COVID, because I wasn't even afraid that I'm gonna die or something. I was afraid that
Right.
I'm not gonna see my family. What am I doing to them?
Mhm.
I gotta survive for my dad, like this, right?
Right.
I was extremely depressed. Now, how do you train that muscle? And it's not that positive muscle, right? It's not just affirmations will not do it because you would have to do them 3 or 4 hours.
Right.
But if you sit down, and this is the key to overcome depression, most of them, if you sit down even just 5 minutes a day and you force your mind to do a routine that you decide in a meditation. Now, don't freak out when I say meditation, right? Because everybody, I can't meditate, but that's exactly why you should meditate. And it
Right.
doesn't mean you can't think anything or all the different things. It has nothing to do with that meditation that you think about. It has to do with like going to the gym, right? When you go to the
Mhm.
gym, you go like this, you train your muscle. So every morning, and it doesn't matter what you do. For example, you imagine, you know how people concentrate on their breath, or um, you think about you breathe in, and you have every time you breathe in, you have a light going bigger around you, like this. For example, so you force your mind to concentrate on something. Like, okay, for 5 minutes, I'm gonna breathe in, and every time I breathe in, I imagine a ball of light around my heart going bigger, or you concentrate on your body parts. You just go through all of them and you really feel every part of it. Now,
Mhm.
the thing is, because of that other synapses, your brain is gonna throw a temper tantrum. But I gotta pee, but I gotta eat, but I gotta go. Oh my God, what do I have to do today? Oh my gosh, this message I gotta answer right now. But it's fine
Yes.
because in those 5 minutes, you can survive without answering. You can. And then you force your mind. And then guess what? During the day, when some thoughts want to hijack you, right? That little muscle, because you train to force your mind to do what you want, all of a sudden that muscle is strong and you're like, wait, I choose my thoughts. You're not going to hijack me like this anymore. I choose my thoughts. And the other thing that blew your mind that day, who is I choose my thoughts? Who is that? I, right?
Right.
You're obviously not your thoughts, otherwise you couldn't observe them. If
Woo.
you can imagine your body, then you're not your body. You're not the body, you're not the thoughts. And always the feelings come after the thought. There's always first the thought and then the emotion. Always. You just got to know that. If you feel shitty, you're like, oh, wait, I'm thinking wrong stuff right now. What am I thinking?
Right.
Who is the I that's observing this? That's the real you.
Mm.
You are not the
So
body and
deep.
not the thoughts.
That's so deep.
Right?
Do you see why I got off my pills immediately?
Yes, of course. So
I was
5 minutes a day. And the joke is, it feels so good that you're anyway gonna get addicted to it. I can tell you right
right,
now. And you're gonna do at least 30 minutes. That's the
right,
joke about it. Before, when you said I can't sit left 5 minutes, can't. If you do it 3 days only,
right.
boom, that's it. One more little fact, okay? So the cool thing is, when you hold a thought for only 17 seconds, that's neuroscience right now.
Mm.
17 seconds, similar thoughts are going to come around it. So it doesn't matter how shitty you feel, right? The hormones of anger are already out, so you can't really suppress it, right? But let's say you're like, I have a good day, it's just going to feel fake. It's going to feel so fake. No, have a good day, I have a good day. But if you hold it for 17 seconds, all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait, do I have a good day? Hold on. I have a good day. Wait, actually, this person was really nice to me today. And you go on, if you hold it for 69 seconds, is when the hormones change. 69 seconds, that's just a little over a minute.
Right.
Nobody can tell me you can't hold a thought for more than 1 minute.
Right.
69 seconds, it's really nothing. And then the hormones come out. And believe me, you think you're happy. You will not even know that you were sad. That's why I invented the happiness dance.
Well, hopefully you can show us the happiness dance.
You basically just stand up in the shittiest mood you are and you start dancing. And you're like, whatever you want, you imagine it. And the side effect is it's gonna come to you magically, but this is another story. But anyway, and then you change your hormones around. You gotta take responsibility of your free will. You gotta we can't be the victims no more, guys. You gotta be responsible for your thoughts. You gotta think your thoughts, not the other way around. Otherwise, you're gonna be like this in the world, fear, fear, fear. This life is just a dream. And you can either be in a lucid dream or in a non-lucid dream. When we pass out, it's going to be like a blink of an eye. We'll, dang, that was crazy, wasn't it? Dang, that felt like a whole lifetime, but it was just a dream.
Right. Jesus Christ.
That was deep.
Damn. Damn. It's going to go like this.
Yeah. This is not going to go over somebody's head.
Whoever, and there's gonna be a lot of people that watch this. I already know it. I'm speaking it into existence. In fact, I'm saying thank you to the universe because I know this is going to be crazy. And I encourage whoever is watching, you better rewind this thing a million times. To certain section of this conversation because this is free 99. This is super knowledge, and this is raw and uncut. My doctor was like, "Oh, you're feeling, let me understand your past. Oh, your parents were drug addicts. Oh, your parents were abusive. You need some medication. That's going to help you cope with it." But I'm like, hold on. Yeah, I'm battling that, but I'm depressed and I'm anxious because I have a heart problem. And it's like, oh, no. It's because you have all these past things. It's a form of PTSD. And so we need to get you some medication. And they were so quick to do that.
Yeah, they're really quick. But the joke is, guys, only now exists. Look, you and me, Ruben, right now. Everything you know in this world. Everything you know in this world is only now. Every being, everything you know, you don't know, it's only now. The past is just in our minds. It's not real. It's not real. The future is just in our minds. There is only now. Tomorrow is also going to be only now.
Right.
There is only now. See?
So in saying that, this is probably totally off topic now because now you just threw me for a whole nother loop, right? we're living in the now. So you know how people say, oh, you know, like I'm living now, I'm living for today. So is there a point to say, well, if in the future I'm going to do this? I mean, is there a point, or should we live in the now and do everything in the now? That makes me sense.
Yeah. So the cool thing is, again, future is gonna be now again.
Right.
The cool thing is when you use the free will, and I can say it out of experience, guys. Okay, I have video diary about this. I've been trying this on a scientific level with video diary ever since 2012 or 11. So the thing is, when you project into the future, then at least create your future. If you're already in the future, then don't make up shitty scenarios in the future because it's not there. The thing, once you really project into the future what you want, you will be shocked how it comes into your life. That's the creepy thing. But even if you're thinking about the future, you're still in the now. Of course, the gift to look into the past is there, right?
Right.
But are you the victim of the past, or aren't you the victim of the past? I think it's really important to know why you have certain things going on. I think that's important to know.
Right.
And sometimes really people help you. They're like, okay, wait, this sounds like something of the childhood. What happened? And then you're like, dang, this is the reason. But it's not going to help you to repeat.
I'm not yawning because of that. I'm yawning because I'm catching my breath.
Oh, Jesus, please.
That's a form of anxiety.
Sometimes it's because of not enough oxygen or enough water. Sometimes, really, could be. So I don't take yawning offensive at all. But so the now is anyway always the now, right? Now from this moment, you can use your free will to create an amazing future if you hold the thought for the possibilities. Because look, you got to know, if you have a goal, right? There is in this brilliant guy, Karen Trudeau, in his modality, he explains the radar screen, okay? And on the radar screen, you will never see how you get what you want. It's not possible. You're not going to see the how. The day before we met, you could have thought, I want to meet somebody like this. You don't know in that moment how.
Right.
You got to be open for the unknown. You can't plan it. There's no way. You just got to know, I want this. That's right. I don't know how, but I want this. Because if you start to think about the how, you're going to 100% get a proof that it's not possible. Because from that moment, you didn't meet the right person. You didn't meet you didn't find the program that helps you. You didn't find the YouTube video. From that moment, it's gonna be like, oh, it's impossible. Okay, it's impossible. That's from that moment now.
Right.
So you just gotta know, like, what you want and not the how. And then it's gonna fall into place. But everything is still in the now. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
The cool thing is, the more you're aware of the now, right? Like I'm always careful with this because it gets sometimes creepy. That's why if I pull you into the now right now, it can be very like a drug or something, because this DMT gets like released in the body. All of a sudden you get aware of your existence. You hear all the sounds and stuff. Sometimes it's so trippy. It's like I'm waking up on this planet in this body. I'm like, what the heck, bro? Dude. And I'm not on shrooms or anything, right? You don't need it because it's already in your body. All these like DMT and stuff, it's already in your body. You can trigger it by will, right?
That is freaking crazy. Okay, so
did I answer your question? I hope I answered the question. Did I?
Oh yeah, yes, and some. This is shit people have to pay for, and then they get kicked out of the office within like 30 minutes. Well, that's our time.
It's true.
We're getting free right now. So we'll go back to that some more. But we were talking about reasons, because I want them to know just how amazing, your work is and what you're doing. So when we connected, I was so big on reasons because I know reasons like the back of my hand.
Me too.
Like I'm like a walking reasons board, right? And so I was like, if I just had an opportunity, if reasons just noticed me, if I could just teach a reason class, right? I was like, it's not happening. They're not paying attention to me, And then just one day I took a picture, or someone took a picture. I had a session. When it was me working the reasons board, and the reasons writes me right back like, hey man, we love that picture. We're going to feature it. Then they put it up. I was like, oh God, I made no reasons. right? But it still didn't happen, right? The picture was great. They gave me a little bit of, a little bit of following. I was able to show a couple people how to use reasons, even converted some people from, from like, uh, what's them called? I'm so stuck on shirts right now because I'm going to say Anvil and it's not Anvil. Well, not Anvil. God, it starts with an A.
Ableton?
Ableton.
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to say Anvil. Anvil is a t-shirt brand.
I know that problem so well. I know.
Yeah. So I've converted a couple people, but you on the other have damn near become this spokesmodel for Reason. And when I saw that, I was like, yes, I was so proud because I feel like I never lived through somebody, but I love to see people that I know winning. And so I still feel like I'm a part of that because I know that person and I'm winning because they're winning. You know what I mean? And so for those that don't know, on the t-shirt side right now, Reasons is a software. It's a recording software, production software. And she's obviously a producer as well, as a vocalist, everything she said she is. Explain how the Reason thing happened and what are you doing for Reasons now?
Okay, cool. So it's actually similar how it was with you and your success. I just uploaded these tutorials.
Right.
It was like, I figured out that nobody does live looping with Reason. I was like, they're not even getting this. And the only reason why, pun intended, or not intended, the only reason why I chose Reason was because I was traveling from Germany through the world and to the United States and I had no band no more. So it was like, oh my God, I need to make beats for myself, right? And then I started like having these looping devices. So first I had the small Akai 25 where you can plug your phone in, right?
Yeah.
Your phone with the beat making thing. So that's how I had live gigs in freaking North Kakalaka and stuff. I was like a beat maker with that stuff. It was hilarious. And then I upgraded, obviously, like the devices get old, they don't go anymore. I need a bigger keyboard. So I had computer. And this was the only program that was able to do live looping without crashing. The only thing was they didn't have audio, so I couldn't record my voice, right?
Yeah, they didn't have audio yet.
Yeah, I tried it with FL, I tried it with Ableton, I tried with everything. Nothing was able to, do this thing where you go to the next track and the next track. If I had to get like a Boss 500 pedal, the loop pedal, I had a small one too, but it's a little bit limited compared to the computer, right? So I was like, I gotta make these videos. I gotta show people and stuff how I'm doing this. So I started explaining things. I saw no real tutorials about Reason like that. I was like, okay, I gotta put up tutorials and stuff. It was the serving thing, just how it had to be. Like, I want to do good work for people. I want to do good work. And then all of a sudden, right, again, after I just spoke it out in existence, right, like all the things, I was like, man, I want to be sponsored by Akai. That was the thing, right? It was like, I want to get some like thing, man, some recognition from somebody, right? Where they're like, they want me to make videos or something for them because they had like these small sponsoring requests, like, hey, we sent you a microphone, really cheap, like $20. Can you make a tutorial or like a review on the microphone? I'm like, yeah, of course. 12 hours editing and freaking 6 hours video shoot just for like $30 microphone, right? I would just do everything. And
right.
I'm the beat maker and stuff, right? I'm a beat maker. And at that time, I'm telling you guys, Instagram just came out with 15-second videos. Not on the stories. That was way before stories. And the work that I put in to do these little 15 seconds, these sampling the sounds and stuff, sampling all sorts of things and everything. Sampling. And then I made these videos, right? And then all of a sudden, after I said, please, universe, right? Not even like that. It was like, it has to happen. I get an email that I almost ignored. Because, you don't expect something like, oh my God, how did they find my email? Why do they have my email? What do they want? Like some commercial stuff, whatnot. Then it's like, hey, we want to give you the new version 7 at that time.
Right.
Sorry, I had 7. Want to give you the new version 8.
Right.
Upgraded one. Would you want to maybe? So they're so cute, man. Would you maybe do like a small, mini, little, please, sincerely, please?
Right.
I said, hell yeah! Are you kidding me?
Right.
I was like, whoa! Yes. I was so excited. That was the biggest news for me ever. And then in the beginning, I was
Right.
nervous because I was like, that they're never gonna text me no more.
And I love reasons.
They kept texting me again and again, and I cannot believe it. That's one of the things that I'm so thankful for. They just helped me out so much because I was overwhelmed with students,
Right.
a little bit of a content blockage, because I don't know if you saw this one reaction video went viral.
Hmm.
And then I was like, reaction video?
Right.
Another reaction video. And I had this weird blockage where I was like, I don't know what to upload anymore. Like they're not gonna
Right.
like this other stuff. All these viewers and subscribers are gonna be like, where's the reaction stuff? What's
Right.
beat making and mysterious incidents, story time and singing tutorials? What the heck, right? This. So I had a blockage. I was like, I don't know what to do. They were like, oh, we got some content for you. Believe me, believe
Right.
that. Cling, 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 cling. And then, I keep making these videos for them. And I'm so happy because otherwise I would have had a really big break on my YouTube channel right now.
Right.
But yeah, so what am I working on right now? The newest thing is the algorithm that just came out. I just dropped the video about the algorithm. Yeah, this new device.
Yes. I'm still producing. Now.
No,
I'm seeing, I'm seeing, huh?
So good too.
I love making beats. Now I'm seeing this complaint because now we're going subscription based.
No. It's
right?
misunderstanding though.
They jumped your butt. They jumped your butt for the subscription based thing.
Yo, I was laughing so hard. They attacked me so hard, man. But funny as a joke. I was really laughing. It was hilarious.
I think it's a great idea because there are people that can't afford half of these tools and things that Reason has to offer. And so I think that because they're subscription based, it's going to give now that the playing field is equal, right? And so you have these guys that like, if you don't realize how great subscription based is, then something is wrong with you. Like, get out of the producer game because there are tools in here that you have been complaining about being too expensive. You can't afford. If you only had, you want to try them out, and now you got the opportunity, and a subscription base is too much for you. But it's the same person that like would rather. I'd rather give up some Netflix or Google Play or whatever. I have to pay a subscription for that, so I'd gladly give that up.
Hold up, this is the joke. You don't have to go to the subscription.
Oh, you don't?
That's the joke. It's just an option, right? They're like for the people that want to be subscription based. They didn't over. There's another reason 12 is coming out. You can stay with your stuff. Nobody has to do anything.
Right.
That's why it's so crazy. They were no, they wanted to subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And then people were saying, "Hey, no, it's not that, but it's not that way." It's just not
right. And it's the same people who were, excuse my French, but who were bitching that like I'm doing Reason because Reason doesn't let you, you can't convert to MP3. Everything is wave and everything's wave. And then so Reasons drops in the MP3 thing. How many people are converting to MP3 right now?
Nobody, right? Yeah.
Right. So all the bitching and you get it, and then now it's not good enough. But yeah, so you guys need to check her out. Check out what she's doing for Reason, because she can say I'm fire all day, but she's fire. Her stuff is unique. It's so dope. And Reason is one of those companies that hopefully as I make my way back around towards music and stuff, I would love to just visit them one day. That was like this big dream.
Also, just so you know, if you upload a couple of videos about Reason, I have a very good connection to them, right? I can always say, look at this guy. They are looking for people. Always support people that support Reason.
Yep. I love them.
I love people that put out content, right? If they see immediately who you are, I mean, it's right. Obviously, if you like somebody that has no video out there, they're going to be like, I don't know. I mean, they can see in me and you, they can see that you constantly, they don't have to be afraid that you might not going to do it, or, you're going to go sleep for the next 6 months or something, they know. Right. And that's why it's kind of easy to get it,
Right.
Sure.
Okay. So I know as we're cutting down a little bit, I don't want to, because we talk forever as it is.
No, we can talk forever, but
this can go forever.
This right now, or it doesn't show. No,
I don't think it shows anymore. What is next for you? What do you want? I know you're living in the now, but
Mhm.
what does the now want?
Yes,
What,
definitely. Definitely have, like I said, I have again something that I spoke into existence in this weird way. So I was like, okay, some people are gonna be like, that's crazy, but I don't care. I was like, okay, listen, I'm teaching a lot, right? It takes, and I love it. That's
right,
why it's blooming. Same like with you, it's just booming and blooming and whatnot.
right,
But I'm like, the YouTube channel for that reason had been a little bit low. The beat making was a little bit low. There's so many songs I'm exploding. I write stuff on the side. I'm like, I gotta record this. Right. So it's in me. And the universe, like, you're not taking this idea. I'm gonna give it to somebody else. I'm like,
yes, I say that too.
I go and do it. And I have 3 books that I'm writing on. All sorts of stuff.
What?
Yeah, so the books are on. Obviously now I see I gave this away. But
Right,
I was like, I wanna I was afraid to say it. I was like, I wanna make 10,000 a month just for making beats. Like 3 or 4
right,
beats a month for some show or whatever. Like
right,
lowballing honestly a little bit, right? So at least, right?
right,
Because all these multiple incomes, that would be something I could also do in my free time. I could like cut out a couple of teaching days, right? The other ones can be fully booked out, but then I have this other time for music.
right.
So it's in me, it has to happen, right? And then it's very funny because then all of a sudden, I don't know if I should say that, but one of the before mentioned names paid me for a beat also. I was like, woo! And then another person that I know kicked me in the ass because the most beats that resonate, even though the numbers don't show that, I must say, but the most beats that resonate with people are the binaural beats that I make, the
Yeah,
frequency music and stuff, for meditation, whatever. And
right,
then this other person was like, hey, can I pay you? Can you make 7 binaural beats, right? And it's a cool deal. It's a little bit cheaper for her, but this way I can also upload them. I was like, I see you, I see you, I see you.
right,
You're like, you gotta upload these freaking beats already, these binaural beats for people. I'm like, I know. And now like I'm on a deadline a little bit, right? So I have to
right,
do it. See, sometimes you need that. And then I have to make the
right,
space for it. So I wanna produce more beats again. And also instrumentals, not only stuff where I sing on, so that
right,
people use it, right? From my Spotify on a
right,
jam and rap on it or whatever. And the books. That's the main thing right now. Growing the teaching a little bit more, getting more clients that want to start to be teachers. I offer teaching workshops. I would love to get a little bit more of my clothing brand out. Honestly, I would love
yes,
somebody of those people picks that up. That would be so cool, right?
yeah,
They're like, you know what? I think these beat maker hats. Listen, can I show off real quick?
yes, of course,
If
of course.
I'm able to get up from this. Get stuck in my chair. It doesn't want to let me get up. Forget it. I can't. I swear to God, I'm stuck in my chair. The thing is, like, I swear to God, I'm not joking. Universe is like, no, they gotta go on your page. Okay, you gotta go on my link in bio on my Instagram channel. Yeah, but if anybody picks up the beatmaker hats and stuff, that would be really great.
I have my beat maker hat.
Yep, I know. But I
I,
mean,
I
be
I can grab
comfortable.
I can grab my beat maker hat.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab my beat maker hat.
Yes, yes, get it. Don't trip or something.
I'm putting that.
Like me. Okay. Legit stuck to this chair. If I would have known, I would have played some piano real quick. Maybe I can make it. Maybe I can make it. I'm so stuck to this chair, I can't get up.
Okay.
Oh, you're back. I was just about to play piano for you. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me play
Oh, go ahead.
some jazzy
Oh, they,
real quick.
my beat maker hat. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah. Show up. It fits you so well too.
Well, I mean, well, I have the curls going on, so
Oh,
let's see. Does it fit over my curls? Yes,
yeah,
somewhat. I mean, even though I have a headband on, but look
yeah.
at my beautiful beat maker hat. And
That's
so I immediately was like, I'm buying that. I'm getting that. Wait. Because okay, so I've worn this out. So
well.
look, it only looks like this because I've really worn it out. But
Oh, you have the hoodie. I forgot you got the hoodie too. Yeah, that's the stuff, guys.
yes, and so you have to go to her page to get it. You
I
know,
want to show you so bad, but I swear I'm stuck. I want to show you my other hoodie so bad. And there's girl stuff too, obviously, right?
oh yes, tons of girl stuff. Wait,
By
I
the
gotta
way,
have that.
can I say something to the girls out there real quick?
Yes.
If any girl is watching, I'm pretty sure because
Absolutely.
you're cute, they're all like, they're probably all watching. Listen, girls, I gotta tell you something. Something that I learned big time in the breakdancer world. So the reason why boys a lot of times succeed, breakdancing is really, really best example because they hype each other up, right? One boy, it doesn't even, he don't even have to have like real talent, but everybody's like, bro, right in the crew. So
Right.
that's how they hype each other up, right?
Right.
We girls are just getting there. Like, girl, you look really cute and stuff, but like, you see us like being like, yo, look at our beats. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We need to do that, girls. Nobody else is gonna do it for us.
Girl power.
Yes, and I don't believe in this, but girls are all bitches, and I like men more. It has been in my life that way that I had always more boys as friends, but it's not that I like I'm super happy about it. I have
Right.
to really consciously seek girls out there.
Right.
We're dope, man. There's like so many dope girls out there.
Yeah. That there is. Yeah.
Just wanted to say that real quick. We gotta stick
Oh,
to
there
it.
you go. There's so many things we can keep going on and on about, and I'm sure we will have another one of these sessions. And oh yeah, so one of my boys the other day when I said, hey, I'm bringing my great friend on, and he starts to try to imitate your accent, right?
The
He's
the job of the German accent.
well, no, he was like, I'm French. I'm just so French, right? And I'm like, fool, she's not French, right? I was like,
Yeah.
she's German. And people have asked me that. Born in Germany,
Yeah. No, born
yes.
in France. But it's not as you think. And my name is actually Julie, but literally just born there.
Julie,
Yeah, Julie
Julie.
from Juliette. Juliette. Yes, for real. But I was literally just born there. None of my parents are French, nothing. I was literally just born there. My mom is black, my dad is white, to make it short. They're both mixed. But on the way to Germany from Africa is where I was born in the mountains in France in the snow. That's the only
Wow.
reason why I'm born in France and my name is French. The only reason. But
Julie.
yeah, Julie, and nobody can say it. Everybody,
I couldn't. That's why I was like, I'm just gonna say DC.
yeah, I know,
Like DC.
I know,
Julie.
yeah.
So please, because they're going to fall in love with you right after this. I just know it. They're gonna love you as much as I love you, and they're gonna want more of you, and to always pick your brain. And you know, um, she's super super busy. I'll tell you that. So if you don't get this connection, just understand that she's super busy. But just to have a piece of her, even if she just hits like on something you do, take that energy. That's more than enough. Where can they find you?
You're so awesome, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Thank you. So, Dissinotra, it's the same name everywhere. It just exists one time in the world. It came to me in a spiritual event. So, it's the only name, Dissinotra. You can find me everywhere. Spotify, my Spotify is going pretty good, okay. YouTube, Instagram, now on TikTok too. I'm doing the singing stuff though a little
We're
bit.
trying TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. All the funny stuff is on there as well. What else? That's it. Facebook, if anything. And I
So
have
and
like a Facebook like page too. I reserved my name since many years and I never used it.
it's DISS.
Inotra.
Yeah, because I misspell it all the time.
Yeah, doesn't matter. People say Dissinotra, Dissinostra. Like I hear everything, right? Everything, I hear everything. Yeah, but also if you wanna look for the singing stuff. So my
Yes.
is called the singing technique. Pun
Yes. She
intended.
offers, yeah, because she offers classes online, right? So Zoom vocal lessons or something, right? So
There's
if you're
also a
interested
lot
in
of
vocal,
blockage breaking stuff involved. A lot of people, we all have these weird blockages, so you can find me there as well. And you
Yes.
don't have to go through the page. You can also obviously text me anywhere else, and then I can lead you to there.
Yes. And so the last thing I'll say, again, I can do this forever, but the last thing for them at least, because this is all they get.
Mhm.
We have this thing. It's the most hilarious shit on the planet.
I know what you're talking.
And this is how we open every single conversation, and this is how we close them. And every time I see her face pop up, or her name or text, and I send a text back, it's always this weird, just like sing the worst.
Sing the worst you can. For real, it's like really, it's the baddest, worst singing you could ever do to each other. It's really hilarious. Yeah.
So on the closeout,
Okay, on the closeout.
I'll give them the closeout. This is for them. So do you want to lead the closeout, or do you want me to
I'm gonna lead it.
lead? Go ahead.
Okay. Bye. Okay, that was a really exaggerated one. Now you're gonna
Now,
have this one.
imagine hearing that. Imagine hearing that in the morning, like when they pop your message up, right? And I hear that.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Now, please.
My response is, I love you so much. Do you not?
I love you.
They won't understand that. They won't understand it, but it is the most,
Ah,
this has been one of the most enjoyable for me. I tell you every day, I'll tell you again just how much admiration and love I have for you. You have become one of my best friends.
you too.
And I wish it's about being selfless as much as I want to be selfish right now with her. I'm going to be selfless and share her on my platform that I'm growing, because you have to know this incredible human being. They're very rare, and it doesn't happen all of the time. And so if you get the opportunity to connect with her, become her friend, get to the point where we leave these messages to each other every morning, understand that you are gaining one. When I say one of a kind, and I'm not gassing her up, I mean one of a kind. This human being is very rare, and I just love you to pieces,
I love you too.
my twin.
My, you are my biggest inspiration. You inspire me
Likewise.
so much every day, every day. Even I'm like this. Like, oh yeah, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
Yes. Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
you, and thank you for the love that you share with me. I appreciate it so much that you can't even believe it. I can't put it in words.
Yes.
Words don't tell.
Yes. And I will see you in Frisco soon.
Yes. Yes. We do the day trip?
Day trip in Frisco.
Go.
So if you're in Frisco, if you're in the Bay Area and you want to maybe, put a mask on,
Right?
if you happen just to pop up and say, I want to meet her,
Yeah.
San Francisco may be the closest opportunity that you get, because it's something completely different. We're not going to discuss that, but I'm trying to keep her here probably, for good. But hey, we'll see what happens. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this segment. We'll do plenty more. She told you where you can find her, whether you're a musician, whether you're battling depression, whether you just want some fun content, whether you want to see her dance, her break dance. Like, you think that I'm silly? Like, You need to watch her. And this is daily. So we love you.
A lot.
There we go.
Much love to everyone. Stay focused and have a blessed now.